Guys, I'm gonna be so real with you. I just woke up from the fattest nap, and I was still waking up as I was unloading the car. I was humming Katy Perry, so yeah. No really cool intro, but Las Vegas, night one, still waking up, took a fat nap, 410, circle track, dirt track, wing cars, Howard Kading, Bud Kading, Tim Kading, Brent Kading, GoPros, race cars, circles, beers. Yeah. What's up, PJ? You're fucking late. You didn't? I'd say so. Shocks are set.
How's it going?
I took the fattest nap.
Dude, yeah, you did. Did you hear me snoring?
No, but Stevie woke me up and I was like, fuck, dude. I felt like I just closed my eyes. And then I was like, 10 more minutes, fuck. And she's like, okay, fine. And I was like, all right. And she wakes me back up and I was like, fuck, dude, why? And she's like, it's 3:30. And I was like, oh, shit.
Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are doing the first night of the HK with the 410. And Pombo left a nice little note on the dash, as you can see in the red duct tape, and time to qualify. We qualified pretty good. I feel like both nights we were less than a tenth away from quick time, but we were still like 5th quick. I think that's just because I didn't enter as high as I probably should have in 1 and 2. And yeah, that's just something I can work on. I can enter a little bit higher and harder, like Pombo and I's catchphrase always is. And then I needed to be a little bit better at avoiding the hump in the first night. But right there, I feel like I just entered a little bit too low. My car wanted to kind of just bring me into the corner. I think Pombo and I, we know how to fix that. This track's just a little bit different, and we kind of throw some goofy stuff at it. And yeah, it's a very unique racetrack, and I feel like I don't know. This place is goofy. We did a bunch of goofy stuff, and I mean, it worked. I was impressed with the goofy stuff that Pombo and I threw at the race car, and just how it took it, and how well I actually felt inside of the cockpit for no matter what we did. So I was pleasantly pleased the whole entire weekend, even though we started front row of 2 heat races and couldn't manage to make a dash. Sorry, Mike. Yep. But you know what? I feel like the first night was the only one where I totally accept that. The second night, I don't really accept that I started the front row and didn't lose because, yeah, watch on Wednesday and we'll find out. But rolling into this, I felt like I got a good start. Gage was leading me. He was doing his job. And I didn't approach this start correctly. And I also feel like starting on the bottom probably wasn't the best. I kicked the car a little bit too sideways and just slid a little bit too hard here. But I honestly thought that, yeah, the sliding up was going to be the best bang for my buck, and I thought Gage was just going to get checked up. I didn't understand that the crossover line was that bad. But hey, Jace, this is how you do it, buddy. You slam on the brakes. I watched your in-car cockpit, and yeah, there's a brake pedal for a reason. You don't got to try and be a hero and drive around it. Jace came over and was a little, you know what? No, I was getting carried away. Back into the race. Yeah, so you know what? We're just going to manage here in third. I slammed on the brakes. I did my job. I wanted to keep on racing and live another another day in the race car and just keep on plugging away at it. But yeah, the track is pretty narrow and right through the middle bottom. I feel like I was also standing on the gas a little bit too early in the apex of 2, and that's what, or not apex of 2, apex of 3 and 4, like right here, and it would just allow my car to kind of kick a little sideways. In 1 and 2, I feel like also running the top was probably the best. I was just kind of doing monkey see, monkey do, and just maintaining. I wasn't really trying to be a hero and catch back up to Jace and run second. There's nothing you can really do in these situations unless you have a yellow. You're not going to be a hero on these really narrow tracks and pass people and gain more position and go up there and charge and win the heat race. That's just not really something that's going to happen on a California bull ring. But we finally find our footing again, and I'm trying to mess around with the top. I'm just trying to feel out the racetrack, feel how the car works in different situations. And the higher and harder I drove it and more I plugged my race car in the grip, the better it felt. So I definitely learned a lot by moving around my race car, and I'm grateful that I did, because I feel like if you're in these situations and you're just pissed off that you started pole and ran third in a heat race, it's not going to do you any favors. You might as well move around, try and figure some shit out, and see what you can do to be better in the main event. And I'm glad I did, because then I had more feedback to give Pombo about where I kind of wanted the car to be better, where it was good, how I think we could be good in the feature, and where can we attack it differently. And we did those things. And now I learned my lesson last time from Peville. I'm starting with my wing halfway back. We're deep in the field, and it's slick. And yeah, just the way that I have the car set up with Pombo, I like a looser race car on these tight bull rings, and I genuinely like to drive with my wing halfway back, and I felt that in the beginning. So I grabbed a little bit of right front shock and yeah, just pulled the wing back a little bit. But yeah, I didn't do a cool guy start, which I was kind of not happy with. But all right, guys, we're getting into the 24 hours of Watts Vegas, and here we go. Hey, Jace, there's a wall there. You hit that one and flipped the next night. But yeah, my GoPro did not last. I'm looking at a million clips right now, and I wish this start would have stuck. I had to leave this shit in because this was just unreal. Bud goes and I go too, and yeah, we're side by side with the shark going into the first corner, and then I slip by the shark, and I'm pretty sure I get by the guy who was in front of Sean. Or no, Dylan hits the wall, and I was gearing up for another bomb, and another yellow. But oh well, if this one would have stuck, that would have been insane. Or there was a yellow, but then it turned into a red. I saw that. Check it out on Cali Dirt video. He actually got the whole entire thing. But so then we lose 3 positions just because of that. But oh well, that's racing. Let's do it again. Let's execute this start as well as possible. We get the big cut down, and as you could see me moving and shaking the car right there, it's because I thought Jace was going to go to the bottom, so then I kind of positioned my car to go to the top, and he went to the top last second, so I'm like, all right, screw it, we're going to go to the bottom. I thought Mariah was going to jump up to the top, because clearly I felt like the top was the place to be in 3 and 4, so then I late slide myself and get around her, chop her snout, because I see that the shark's running the top in front of me. And yeah, we're just moving and shaking right now, and just trying to go wherever people aren't, and trying to let it hang out whenever I can. And I thought that the shark was going to kind of go a little bit higher right there. I did not hit him right there, by the way. Sean, if I did hit you, I am actually sorry. I did not think that I hit you right there. I thought I hit a little rut because I tried to back it in there like a non-wing car, so I didn't hit you. I know you guys will see in Wednesday's video of night 2 of the Howard Kading, we did an interview with the shark because of this reason right here. I'm throwing piss missiles on him, dude. I'm trying. Like, Ricky Lewis threw sliders on me every single chance he got, and that's how he would always get in front of me. And that's how I think you have to race in California. You have to throw sliders every single opportunity you get. And if you're not throwing sliders every second of the race, what are you doing? You're just going to follow suit and let people motor around in front of you? Fuck that. Sean runs the bottom. I know I have a big run on the top, so I'm going to throw a big slider. I have more momentum than him going into the next corner. I thought Sean was going to slide me right here, but he picked my little pocket, if I'm being honest. I thought he was going to slide all the way up the racetrack, but he stuck the middle and diamond back down. And the old dog still got some new tricks in him. I was really impressed right there. And luckily there was a yellow because the 73 sucked my stickers off. And at that point, I kind of realized that the top was the place to be. But same thing as always. Like, you got to go where they're not. And I realized that everyone's cutting down, kind of moving and shaking on these restarts. And that's why I try and stick the middle right here. Is because I noticed that Nick was running the top on these starts. And I kind of didn't want to follow suit and get hung out to dry, so I might as well try and stick the middle. My wing's damn near trunked at this point, so I know as long as I keep my left sides down and keep the car and the tires spinning, I can propel myself forward at least and hit some grip. But now I know that Sean's going to go to the top, so let's try and squeeze the gap. And yeah, Sean got a little bit of a better of an entry than I thought he would, and I had to drive it in a little bit deeper than I thought I should. And yeah, product of small track racing, my bad. Sorry, Gage, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, on to the next restart. Double file restart. I was thinking about doing the thing to Sean right here, but Sean actually had a really good angle going into the corner, and the opportunity didn't feel right to me. I could have went before Bud even went, but that's not the rule. I got to stay true to the rule, and the rule is when the leader goes, you go. And I don't want to be getting called back. And who hit the cone, guys? Who hit that? I don't know. Someone hit that. Someone left it out on the track, so we had to have another yellow. And hopefully Nart can find out who hit that cone. Hopefully the officials who watch the cone can see who hit the cone, because he's standing right there. Yeah, I don't know who hit the cone, but guys, don't hit the cone. Come on. It's not like it's on video or anything. But another restart. Here we go. This one's actually, I'm looking at the clip. It's a long green flag run. So let's go. Finally, some laps. And no more cone either, so I know that we can actually get low in the grip on the straightaway. And Nick chops my little snout right there with the diamond line. And let's see. Oh, we try and run the bottom. Yeah, see, that's not good. And I actually noticed that's not good when Nick pulls away from me right here. And I was like, okay, Pombo was right. We have no business running the bottom in 3 and 4, but we have a lot of business running the bottom in 1 and 2. So let's slide him and get back up to the top. The curb was pretty big in both corners, actually. It bit a lot of people. It bit Shane, it bit Brooks, it bit Bud, it bit a lot of people. So I'm very happy that my race car could handle the curb. And I did my job of not really laying into it, hammering into it. I definitely laid up into the curb like Sean just did right there a couple too many times. But you got to find the limits. It's dirt track racing. And yeah, I like it whenever the track's like this and you really have to connect your corners, because I feel like from all my years of road racing on iRacing, I really like connecting corners, like running the top, running the bottom, and connecting them in a fluid manner. And right there, we kind of let it float on Sean because I knew he was going to try and drive around me. And sorry, Sean, that was just another time. But I passed you. I passed him right here. We completed a full-ass lap. The green lights are still on, so I guarantee you the whole field is passed at this point. Green flag lights are still on. Oh, okay, red right there. And they put him back in front of me. Narc, what are we doing? I completed that whole ass lap in front of him. There was not even like a contest, but nope, sure, we got to pass Sean again. I was a little upset under the red, and I was like, why is he back in front of me? And I think that also influenced me getting up on the berm and not opening up my entry, leaving the door open for Nick to throw a big bomb on me. I hit the curb a little bit, and the crossover line just wasn't it. I tried to get my snout down in there. I had a right front on him, but he actually stuck the middle right here. And this showed me how to run how much harder and higher I can run the bottom, and you didn't really have to shut it down and run the very bottom. And yeah, that was a big eye-opener for me as well. I'm just kind of logging information as I'm out there. Like, if somebody does something like that to me and then sucks Landon stickers off through the middle like that, I'm making mental notes. So here we are again on another restart. I don't know if we get to watch how I actually get by Nick, but I noticed that Justin on the restart before was running the top all the way around, and I was kind of messing around with it, and I knew Nick was going to go to the bottom, so I wanted to try the diamond line just to see if I could build up more momentum and hopefully slide him if he tries to go to the top late in 3 and 4 or whatever it may be. Just in dirt racing, if you're ever following anybody, you're being a little silly boy. So you might as well just go wherever they're not, even if it's not a line where you feel the most comfortable, like me plugging it up against the curb. I still get a massive run, and I'm trying to throw a big deep slider right here really late. Sean, you're not the only guy who I throw big bombs on. And I know that Nick was going to try that middle line, so I just tried to get my car as stuck as possible, and we clipped the tire again, which probably gave me a little bit more right rear grip and allowed me to kind of shoot down and be lower on the racetrack and get back in front of him again, which was very good. And I didn't know where I felt the best in 1 and 2. I tried to kind of enter a below it right there, and I felt like I damn near half spun. But I have no business of blocking the slider and trying to protect from Nick behind me. I just might as well keep on logging my laps. But I felt like everyone else was running the top, and the rubber was going to come in on the top. So I'm trying to mess around with that, and I felt it right there. I could feel from the center off that there was rubber, so now I'm trying to go lower in 3 and 4. it registered in my mind that there was rubber in the center off of 1 and 2, so there might be rubber anywhere in 3 and 4 where the left rear is burned. And sure shit there was. And at this point the rubber's coming in, and what are you really gonna do at this point? You kinda know that there's rubber coming in. That's why I ripped the corner a little bit, and that's why I also trunked the wing a little bit more, because at this point now I'm gonna enter a little bit lower in 1 and 2, lift a little earlier, try and keep my car plugged in the slick. And same thing in 3 and 4, enter a little bit lower, get the car plugged in the slick. And yeah, we only passed one more car after this. My GoPro actually shuts off after the 24 hours of Watsonville. We had 10 laps left. We picked off the Shark finally. I had a great time racing with Sean. I raced Sean really hard, and I feel like there's a lot of respect there. If Sean's throwing a big slider on me, Sean, I'm going to lift. If you're aimed at my left front and you want to keep on sliding all the way up, just know I'm going to lift too. I treat everyone. I do that with everybody. I know Justin, Tim, DJ, we're all going to throw big sliders on each other. I've been wrecked this year by people throwing sliders on me and shoving their snout where it doesn't belong, and I've wrecked other people doing the same exact shit. So I think it's just California bull ring racing at its finest, and I think it produces really good racing, and it also produces motocross style racing where we have to put each other in positions where it really isn't favorable and we're not going to be happy with each other. But hey, that's why the fans pay to come and see us on these small tracks, and they keep on coming back. Great crowd at the HK, great turnout, great money. Really appreciate Bud doing all this for California dirt track racing. But the GoPro dies, and I just wanted to take this moment to say thank you all for watching the video, and check out shopcaleb.com and the new video coming out on Wednesday.